listening to the Real Estate and Beyond podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Via Domus team of William Raveis Real Estate. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policies and position of William Raveis Real Estate or their employees. And now, here are your hosts, Brenda and Mike.
You know what I was thinking about?
What were you thinking?
Remember a little while back, we were doing a listing presentation, and everything was going fine, everything was good, until...
We mentioned the open house part.
And they freaked out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't want a bunch of people, group of people in their house all at one time.
Exactly, especially their nosy neighbors.
Right. And they were also worried about...
people going through their house, going through their stuff.
Right. And
which is it's a normal thought. I mean, I would think the same thing. But in reality...
But then we had to explain to them why holding an open house is essential when you're selling your house.
Yes, it is.
I mean, buyers today are sitting on the internet, at home, at work.
Right, very relaxed, looking through, the different houses.
They're not quite ready to sign with a real estate agent. They don't want that pressure of a real estate agent, takes them out to 5 or 6 houses. And we've heard this before.
Yeah, and they probably don't even know what they want.
Right. And the thing is, some agents, we've heard this before, people have told us. The agent took them out to 8 or 9 houses.
Exactly. And then they tell them, you know what? When you get a little more serious, give me a call.
Yeah, or they start giving them a list and telling them, here, go to open houses.
They'll suggest the open houses.
So people are going to open houses. Like I said, how many times they come in, they sign in, and we see they don't have an agent.
Exactly.
The other thing is there's a lot of first-time home buyers out there. Mm-hmm. Don't quite understand the process, don't understand the way things go, and they don't want to call an agent yet. They kind of want to go out and look because, again, they don't know what they want.
Right. They want to get a feel for it.
Right, and this way they're kind of educating themselves, looking at houses before they talk to a real estate agent.
What they're doing is they're getting their feet wet, and then when they're ready and they feel more confident about the process, they don't want to go
then
to
they
an
reach
agent
out to an
and
agent.
feel like they're uneducated.
Right. And now if you don't hold open houses, this is a whole group of buyers that you're missing.
More than you even know.
I mean, we see it all the time when they come in. And the other thing, you remember they said to us, well, they talked to another agent who told them, we've heard this before, that they don't think open houses are good. They're kind of a waste of time because people are not buying houses at open houses.
Right, which is true and false.
Right. Because people are not coming into an open house like the days.
Right, when we were signing contracts on the hood of cars in Friendly's restaurant.
Ooh, Friendly's.
Ooh, I know. Oh, God. I wasn't supposed to say that,
okay.
right?
Shout out to Friendly's. Yeah, and at the table, or if they went to an open house and they loved the house, they were calling their agent to get their agent right there because they were afraid the house was going to sell out from underneath them.
Well, that's true because they were signing contracts, like you said, right then and there.
Right. So that's not happening these days.
No.
Okay. So the part about open houses not selling at open houses, the wording is true. The thing is, houses are selling because of open houses.
Exactly.
I mean, how many times have we had an open house and a week and a half later?
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a contract that comes in with an agent's name. We don't even know who this agent is. And we're like, when did she show the house? When did he show the house?
Right. And we look back and we say they didn't. But when the contract comes in and we say John and Mary Smith, we go back and we
recognize
look.
names.
Right.
Sometimes it'll just stick in your head because you know what? These people did seem interested.
Right. And we go back and we track. We keep a track of who comes into our open houses. So we go back and we look and say, oh, wait a minute. John and Mary Smith came to our open house back in December.
Exactly. And I think this is a great thing that we keep track of people that come into the open houses because it's something we can tell our potential
and that's what
sellers.
We explain to these people,
yes.
The fact that we do that.
I mean, we have proof. Open houses do work.
And one of the things that, like I said, that they were worried about was that there was going to be a group of people just walking through their house aimlessly, going through their dresser drawers, going through their medicine cabinets.
Yeah, and with us that doesn't happen because we take the time, we walk them around.
Right.
There's 2 of us.
Which is
So it's very helpful.
right, because you remember that open house we had in Farmington that time where we had 29 groups, 3 floors.
Yes, and we're talking groups of people.
So there was over 100 people.
Oh, easy.
And I basically stayed on the second floor. You stayed on the first floor.
And I think we ran out of snacks pretty quick. Didn't you have to run out and get more stuff? It was kind of, we took like a break. Didn't we take a break?
No, it was just nonstop the whole time there. The snacks went because we had the one family come in.
That was sad.
But again, we're looking at people, we're watching them, we're taking them through. Plus, the advantages of us taking them through is the fact that while we're taking them through and we're talking to them, we're pointing out the good parts of a house, you know, what it has,
and we're listening to them.
Yes.
And it's very important to step back and listen to what these people are saying.
Yeah, because they're just talking about the house. They're kind of relaxed. They're talking about it, and we're not pressuring them as we're walking into the house. We're not, making them feel like you better buy this house now.
You need to feel comfortable,
right? So it gives us great feedback to go back to our clients with and say, hey, we had 10 groups come through.
Yes. 5
of the groups thought the house was a little overpriced. 2 of the groups thought the master bedroom was a little small. There's things. Now, those things, like say, the size of the master bedroom, you can't do anything about.
No, you can't.
But there are certain things that, if 5 of the groups said certain things, that's something the owner could change very simple. It's something that you could change and go back. So that's a great feedback that you get from these people all at once.
Oh, no, I think it's wonderful.
And, of course, the other thing is, and we explained to these people, and I think with other people, a good idea is when you're thinking about hiring an agent, go to the open houses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Take a walk through these open houses and
get a feel for how they present themselves.
Right, because we all know based on how they hold their open house.
That's what they're doing at your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you see what they're doing. If they're just sitting on the couch, and we've heard people have come into our open houses, and they've said, geez, I went to the one down the street.
They had no idea about anything in the house. And it was this agent's listing, which I can understand. Maybe some agents, they get a little nervous. Maybe they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, but then you really shouldn't be holding an open house.
No,
but they would say, the agent sat on the couch and said, hey, sign in, take a look around. If you have any questions, let me know.
Well, that happened to me years ago. We went into an open house. We're looking around, basically first-time home buyers. We walk in. There's the agent, which I didn't even realize was the agent. I thought the gentleman of the house stayed home. He had no shoes on. He was sitting on the couch watching a football game. And he just said to us, go ahead, look around.
If it was the Giants, I can understand.
Well, I really don't know.
That's why there's 2 of us, so I can watch the game and you can take the people.
Yeah, there you go. But no, but I was like shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, here's this guy in someone's house kicking back.
Well, I got an even better one for you. If you remember a little over a year ago, we took our clients, we were out looking at houses, and we happened to see an open house.
Right.
And it was in the area that they were looking, and we stopped, and we went into the open house, and no sign-in sheet, no nothing, no agent.
Oh, it was the one with people were definitely still living there, because remember there were pets in their kennels.
Yes, and we're taking the people around and we're thinking, okay, we're going to run into the agent. Maybe the agent's walking somebody around, so they won't mind because we're agents walking our people around.
Remember those people that came up to us?
Yes, they came up to us and said,
excuse me, are you the agents? And we're like, yeah, we're agents. We brought our clients through.
Right.
Well, where's the agent? And we're like, I don't know. Where is...
And there was
It was a gentleman,
no
actually, so I can say, where was he?
Yeah.
There was no agent.
No.
But, I figured out what happened. Remember, we went back, and it was a newer agent, and I guess he thought open house meant you opened the house, and it was open. But he was nowhere to be found.
So, that is, again, a scary thing.
Well, you run into all different kinds of things. That's why, just to bring it back to, make sure you go to open houses. Check out how the agent holds their open house.
Right, and how they're representing the house.
Exactly, because they're representing the house and the sellers.
Right, and the thing is, you don't go in, you sign in, and they start taking you through the house, and instead of talking about the house, they're taking you through, they're talking about other listings
Yeah, and the
that
whole
they
thing is
have
we genuinely,
right that.
we're sincere about
Right.
what we're doing.
So, again, an open house is a very, very vital part of the
Absolutely.
puzzle.
Yes.
Because,
It takes a
again,
little bit of everything to sell your house,
right.
but to me that is really, it's vital.
It is. So that's why we feel open houses are so important. And I guess we're going to end this podcast now. If you have any questions or anything about open houses, things that have happened to you, you can give us an email
Yeah,
at
just reach out.
the Via Domus team at raveis.com, or you can leave a comment and we'll get back to you. What are we going to do next?
I don't know. I think we've decided we might talk about our pet peeves.
Oh,
not that we have many.
Oh, no, that'll be a good one.
Well, I know I don't have many.
I do. And so I guess we're going to say, have a good day. Goodbye.